Have you ever asked questions like, why was I born? Does life have meaning? Why did God create man? Does the Bible reveal the purpose of human life? Every life has two bookends, the day we're born and the day we die. We enter this world weak and helpless, but each of us is born with tremendous potential. Our parents likely watched us and wondered, what will our baby do with his or her life? What kind of person will he or she become? Ironically, we often end our lives much like we began, weak and helpless. As death nears, we typically ponder our past. What did I do with my life? What kind of person was I? And, by the time life ends, most of us have brooded over the underlying, age-old question. What is the ultimate meaning of human life? Why was I even born? What is the meaning of life? It's a demanding question, and many dismiss it as simply unanswerable. Those who more seriously attempt to explore the meaning for life often settle on experiences, such as finding a fulfilling personal calling, accomplishing something emotionally satisfying, loving and being loved, or maybe just being a good person. But those stop short of anything beyond this life. While nothing's wrong with those thoughts, in our moments of deepest reflection, especially when facing our own mortality, do those answers really satisfy? Is death truly the final bookend of life? Or does a greater purpose for human life exist, one that transcends this short, physical life? If so, what is it? Those are the biggest questions of life. Theories about the meaning of life. One of the more subtle effects of the theory of evolution and the philosophy of atheism is that fewer and fewer people consider whether we were created and designed with an ultimate purpose. After all, evolutionary theory eliminates, and atheistic philosophy rejects, the idea that any higher being ordained a meaning for our existence. If life resulted from a random bolt of lightning hitting primordial slime and setting off a series of gradual mutations from simple to complex over time, does it have a purpose? If humanity rose to be the globe's prime inhabitant only through natural selection based on survival of the fittest, can anyone conclude his or her life has a transcendent purpose? If not, we can find meaning only in whatever each of us settles upon as significant. Many said they had indeed devised for themselves meaning for their lives. They offered a variety of examples, such as having a positive effect on friends and family, being kind, learning, sharing knowledge, relieving suffering, squeezing as much happiness and fun out of life as possible, focusing on the here and now, and practicing the freedom to do as we want. However, many conceded that even though they had created their own personal meaning, since they believe life randomly occurred, then, by definition, it has no common, overarching purpose, no grand master plan. But are these ideas of limited, self-defined human meaning true? Or is this world and your life the result of a perfect creator who designed and placed us on earth for a reason? Is there an answer to the biggest question of all? Why were you born? God answers, yes, but in order to find it, we have to begin at the beginning. Back to the beginning to understand the purpose of life. John chapter 1 verse 1 reveals, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In other words, before anything was created, God the Father and the Word, who later came to earth as Jesus Christ, verse 14, existed. Through eternity, these two spirit beings existed together, unlimited in power and perfect in character. Then God began to create. Romans chapter 1 verse 20 tells us that God's invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead. By looking at the world around us, we can easily deduce that the Father and the Word are builders. Our human drive to build everything from robots to relationships simply reflects the nature of God, our Creator. The earliest recorded creations were angels, beautiful and amazing spirit beings made to serve God and the humans who would come later. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 13-14. But eventually 1/3 of them, following a fellow angel called Lucifer in the New King James Version of the Bible, rose in an ill-fated rebellion against God. By rebelling they became known as Satan, adversary, and the demons, Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12-15. Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 12-15. Revelation chapter 12 verse 4. Their revolt, though, did not thwart God. He had other plans, greater plans, and at some point, he moved to create what we now see.